our voice. We march today for the martyrs of communities of color who have lost their lives in this fight for equality. And furthermore, we march today to combat the systematic oppression of communities of color, an effort to secure our people in the right to live and take pride in who we are. Thank you.
Can we just give it up one more time for Alexis, girl? Yes! Woo! So I have two bits of information that I forgot.
Revolutionary love, the urgent need for change, the fierce urgency of now, right now. Right now, from 36 hours ago when I was on my sofa and you all were doing what you all were doing, right now, a black person has been murdered in the United States. Arlene Eisen and Kaylee Akuno of the Malcolm X grassroots movement produced a study titled "The Report on Black People Executed Without Trial by Police, Security Guards, and Self-Appointed Law Enforcers from January 1st to June 30th, 2012. In that report, they find that every 36 hours, another black woman, man, or child is killed by the police, security guards, and self-appointed law enforcers. The use of deadly force against black people is not accidental. It is not random. It is a standard practice that's woven into the fabric of our society. We need to understand Trayvon Martin's life in relation to those 36 hours, to the brutal murders of us. Our collective devaluing of black life means that George Zimmerman was not simply a unique vigilante overreaching his position and authority. A society that for centuries has fostered stereotypes, anxieties, and fantasies about black young men as menaces to society, of black young women as promiscuous teenage mothers, of black people generally as less intelligent, lazy, untrustworthy, unworthy, and unlovable, except of course if we're entertainers, is a society that concludes that they are not like us. As we assemble here right now, after another 36 hours, we also know that black people's undeserved suffering has created undeserved privilege for others. With blacks accounting for 1 million of all people incarcerated in the United States, 2.3 million at this time incarcerated. When blacks are incarcerated 6 times the rate of whites, when 1 in 6 black men in this country has been incarcerated in his lifetime, it's clear that in the US, justice has come to mean just us. That's not me.
Shame.
But don't be fooled. Oppression does not produce safety or security. Our investment in security, in trying to protect ourselves from the quote-unquote bad guys, produces cages for all of us. It polices our behavior, our belief system, our ideas about suspicion, about what it means to be safe. But what can keep us safe when we die every 36 hours? Amputation is not a social solution. We can't cut off or amputate a part of ourselves and imagine that the rest of the body won't notice. Amputation is not the solution. Organization is. We need to get organized. We need to be organized. And we need to remain organized. Being organized is about an everyday commitment to challenging undeserved privilege and unearned suffering and oppression. It is about understanding that we are a body, a collective, a community. Our social relations are determined by ideologies about race, about racism, racial difference, security, safety, normativity, belonging, rights, deserving, beauty, merit. What definitions are we working with? Have we even examined them? Being organized is about a commitment to revolutionary forms of love. Again, Martin Luther King Jr. said that power without love is reckless and abusive, and love without power is sentimental and anemic. Power at its best is love implementing the demands of justice, and justice at its best is power correcting everything that stands against love. Our power comes from our ability to organize and our commitment to remain organized. Organization means forging relationships of mutuality, interdependence, and commitment, purpose. Our strength and our power are in our collectivity. So what stands in the way of our organizing? The police, I know they're here, the security guards, and the self-appointed law enforcers imagine that they are doing their job. But what is ours? We're going to march, but when the rally is over, what are you going to do? Will you remain organized? When photos of royal and celebrity babies compete for your attention, what are you going to do? Will you remain organized? What are our local police doing? Who is being stopped and harassed by the police in this city? What does the gang injunction mean for Santa Barbara, which means all of you? You are Santa Barbara. Are you organized? Who are the so-called gangs the police say we need protection from? Are we organizing with them? What happened to your neighborhood? Which of your neighbors lost their jobs? What is the condition of the schools in your community? Are you organized? What about the homeless we all walk by in downtown and in IB? Why are they there? Do you know why they're even there? Are they organized? What spirit of organizing will you carry with you after today? We need to continue educating ourselves about the long history of injustice and the long, beautiful history of resistance to domination. I want to announce quickly that there will be another series of teach-ins happening here and across the country. Please, please look at the Facebook page, Solidarity Teach-In for Trayvon Martin, for more information about how to participate. We need to create a culture of truth talk. It's not in vogue to speak the truth. We have to commit to it, to speak reality, whether or not people reject it. We need change, and that means speaking truth to power. But guess what? We have power. We have it. Look around you. Look at who is beside you. Truth is here. Let's continue to speak on it. Do you understand the fierce urgency of now? Are you organized? Are we organized? Where will you be in 36 hours?
Keep it going, keep it going. Thank you so much, Dr. I want to say thank you, everyone.